About 10 days from the first update for my outdoor garden in 2026. And we're looking at here, this is a rainbow guava. She's a great plant all in all here in the garden here. She hasn't shown me any problems. She's extremely vigorous, really pounded through the heat, man. Gave everybody a once a week feeding of, we use just an Alaska fish emulsion and some recharge, depending on the week, and some other surfactants and some other things like that as well. But I try to keep it simple anyways. I say we like there's more than me, right? Yeah, the rainbow guava, man, she's a beautiful plant. She didn't double in size since the last time, this last video I put out for this guy, but she definitely grew into this cage since the time that of the last video, that's for sure. She was barely touching it, and she's about halfway through the cage now. Like I said, she's really moving. So she's about 5 feet, almost 6 feet around cage. So cage around the cage, 6 feet. That's a pretty big bush already. Then over here we got the Zodaza. She's from Umami Genetics. They were kind enough to give myself and some of my friends and teammates some testers, and this is the lucky lady that was the winner out of their tester group from the company. I just put her down in the cage today. You know, I ran out of tea steak, so I'm using these little thin round shit from Menards, and they break in the crap, and you know, so I had to do what I had to do to get this cage put together. It's not the prettiest one in the world, but at the end of the day, this plant is just gonna eat it up. You're not gonna see it anyways. This is another one. She's about that 5.5 foot round mark, so she's a pretty decent sized girl already, coming into the 20th of July, you know. She's an early flowering variety. Anyways, inside, you can pull her 7.5, 8 weeks every time, man. She's solid as hell. Beautiful. Again, that's Zodaza from the Umami Seed Company. And here's this girl. This is the Megamines from Soulfire. Now I have 3 of these of the same phenotype, same cuts, in 3 different locations in the garden, and every one of them are purple to the core. I mean, they are just fucking purple, man. You know, this one particularly looks light colored to me, man, and I may have been neglecting the water on this one just a little bit more. Maybe she wants more water, but again, all 3 of the same phenos are purple exactly the same way. So I'm looking at it, thinking to myself, it's got to be deficiency of some sort, because it's not anthocyanin. I don't, you know, no cold response happening. It's been 105. So I'm thinking of phosphorus, either a deficiency or a lockout. So I'm going to get some mammoth, some trichoderma, to see if I can't solubilize the phosphorus that's in the soil originally right now. So I got 3 plants. So I'm going to put one with the mammoth. The second, I'm going to try a phosphorus heavy feeding. And the third, I'm just going to throw some magnesium sulfate on there in a heavy watering with that, because I've had in the past, man, just magnesium and just seems to sometimes take out that purpling color, you know. Maybe it's a chlorophyll issue or something, so maybe magnesium may have something to do with it. Again, I don't think any of 3 of the options are going to kill the plants, but I'm going to do 3 different things to each one of the plants and see if anything, you know, because I don't know, man, these motherfuckers look sick as shit to me. I don't see any necessarily damage anywhere else. It's just like I said, the stems themselves are they're dark, man. But Can't win them all. This girl right here, she's been getting the water trickle treatment for about 20 minutes now. Not a heavy flow, just a little guy like that, man, slow and steady. She was one of those that desperately needed some water when I woke up this afternoon, or I got out here this afternoon. She was just looking sad. So I gave her some nice watering, man, fed her, gave her a nice splash of fish. But she's looking good, man. Looking good. She was cloned heavy the other day, so she was topped the fuck out, man. Everywhere the tops were cut off of her, so she's gonna get goofy growth coming here in a short bit of time, but that'll be okay. We'll work with her. Yeah, then we got this Pinata from Terphogs Genetics Official. It's a cut directly from the company. It's a fucking winner, you know, and it's eating this cage. There wasn't a time that this plant hasn't stopped growing. It seems to be. I ended up breaking a fucking branch right here on accident, man. I was trying to bend it out and I snapped it, and I fucking cut it off and fed it to the goat. But that's okay. Again, that's a Pinana from Terphogs. Quality fucking flower. You know, then I come over here, we got this lady right here. This is a Syrian domesticate. She's been in flower now for, I'd say, 2 to 3 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. She's really getting a nice, she's gonna be one of those central Dominicola type deals, man. It almost has the smell of like sweet tennis balls, and I mean, not like rubber, but like this, I don't know, it's hard to say. And almost the Mac, like if you know what the Mac tastes like or smells like, it's like sweet tennis balls and a Mac. It's different. It's got man, if it tastes as good as it smells, that'd be awesome, man. That's like I said, this is an early finisher in the world of domestic land races. So again, she started flowering right around the summer solstice. And yeah, she's doing really good. She'd probably be a lot better off. I got her in this fabric pot, just kind of laid down on the ground, but she's doing good enough anyways here. She's got some of those, I think those are habaneros. I don't know. I got some sort of bell peppers in here. Peppers are rocking. I got a bunch of these big guys hanging around on all the peppers and stuff. They too, they're almost looking like they could use a small tad bit of water, man. Oh yeah, these guys really started pushing out the peppers. Holy moly, look at them all. Holy cow. Oh, this way. Then around here, another one of those Megamines again. Again, that's just that purpleness to them. Because that is just not normal. The whole plant's that dark. You know, when it comes into the newer growth, it starts green and then immediately shuts down to purple. You know, so that tells me there's, and again, they look pale to me. The leaves they're rigid. They're not brittle, like they're cracking when you touch them, but they just feel leathery. They don't feel supple. They feel like, you know. But either way, like I said, there's something wrong with this variety. It just doesn't like this outdoors. There's something my outdoors doesn't like about this guy. And here we got the black maples. I didn't pull this guy apart yet. She's stuck in this cage. I had a problem with rabbits here. And then, coincidentally enough, saying that, this little guy showed up. He's an adopted kitty cat. He just showed up one day here on the farm. He just hangs out and he kills rabbits for fun. Every time I see him, he's got a rabbit hanging out of his mouth. So, and conveniently, he showed up and the rabbits left. So that he can hang out as long as he fucking wants. Yeah, like I said, that guy here is still stuck in a cage because I was trying to protect him from the rabbits out here. This guy too, I just kind of pulled him through and left the cage wrapped in there. I'm gonna cut some holes in there so I can get better airflow and clean shit out a little bit better. I was doing some LST bending these branches out, just trying to widen the footprint of the plants, keep them short, squat. Again, these are black maples. And these ones in the bucket here, man, I got a lot. You can see on the ground, got 100 of them planted on some drip irrigation line here. And I got another 50 or 60 left to plant, maybe. There's a bucket back there. You can see there's a bucket here, there's a bucket here, there's a bucket here. But I'm hoping to get them in the ground soon enough. This is one of those bitches that I was trying to, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. She was supposed to get some love and attention, but she ended up sitting in a fucking 2-gallon pot far too long, man. She didn't die, but she was not happy with me. I didn't even fucking see her. This is a Sunday driver. It's a phenomenal Super Sunday driver cut too, man. The yield on the flower is just man, it's fantastic. It's a great flower, man. Absolutely. It doesn't wash for shit. I think it was like a 0.75% washer. If you had some butane or some, you could blow that shit, but I don't do that. So I smoke that. Smoke the flower. Got some of these little ones in the ground here. These are the Tahoe OG as the father side, and then we have the Northern Lights number 5 times White Widow for them on the mom's side. I made these seeds outdoor last year, so this is unsexed plants right here. I'm gonna pull the males and just see what the females do outdoors. I got 25 of them in total. So they got these little Iranians up and around the chickens here. Every time they come by the fence, they think they're gonna get something. All right, guys, got the guinea hens, the ducks. They're like, hey. Some more tomatoes, some Iranian land races or domesticates, more Iranian domesticates. Got another Iranian domesticate back there, or back there somewhere. Another little Iranian guy. Someone's gonna stop. Look at this big girl right here. This is the I can't remember what name it is. It's a alien lotus. I can't tell you the genetics. A friend of mine brought it here, and we decided we're just gonna grow it as big as natural as possible. And it's the first time outdoors. A friend of mine's been growing it indoors for a couple of years, and he wanted to bring it outside. So we did 50 plants in the big field over here, and maybe 100 of them. And then we kept this lady out here just to put her inside of this big pot and show her some love, see how big we can get her. And she's another one that 5 to 6 feet around in the bush already. And she's a big girl, man. She's coming into that about 7 feet tall. She's moving. In a 60-gallon pot. Again, fed nothing but just some Alaska fish fertilizer. Mixed at 100 milliliters per gallon of water. I'm sorry, 100 milliliters per 5 gallons. And they love that shit. Here we have a Lebanese domesticate. Beautiful, short, squat little guy right here. Absolutely insane with the internodal branching. I mean, they're bushes, man. They're crazy. They are definitely indica dominant type variety. Again, these are the semi-dwarf varietals. to where they'll get 5 or 6 feet tall, look like Cousin It. Huge fan leaves, big, huge, narrow fan leaves on them. Just an interesting cultivar to grow. And it's a traditional Lebanese hash plant. It's supposed to have cherry and cedar, sandalwood, and earthy tones in that guy. And every once in a while they say that there's some skunk ones that came through, but those aren't the traditional ones. If I find one with skunk or cat pee or something like that, that's going to be something that was interbred and brought that trait to it. But we'll see what it looks like. So that's a Lebanese hash plant. Here's a smaller version of the same one, a seed sister. That, and I defoliated this girl a little bit too. She's just generally a smaller plant than that other one right there. You know, her and the one next to me here too, just smaller in general. Same structure, same design, a Cousin It design, just super, super heavy on the internal branching. They're supposed to be extremely resilient, resistant to molds and pathogens. So I'm going to put that shit to the test here in Wisconsin. And again, like I said, this one here, what I need to do more than anything, I need to trellis these guys a little bit better, give them some better staking and stuff. They're just really, it's windy here all the time, and then I'm just not doing a good job of plant daddying these buggers here. For some reason, they slip under the radar. And here's the third Lebanese here. In fact, I think this one, I know for sure, I thought I was looking at this one before. Yeah, I'd have to say she's just starting to stack. I see a bunch of hair development in there. I'd have to say that this little lady right here is just starting to go into flower. I'm gonna have to mark that on my calendar. Yeah, that's cool. So this is the only one out of the 3 though that have gone into flower yet. So she's just a little earlier flower. So that's cool. I got clones of them all, so we'll have to see which one I like out of the grouping. And here we have an Iranian. No, this is a Syrian hash plant. Nice plant. You know, I can't say it has not much of a smell anywhere on a stem rub. I have the first one that was already in flower over there in the pot. You know, that one went into flower, this one didn't. So, you know, it's interesting to see if that strange sweet rubber and mac smell translates to these later flowering ones, or is it just going to be a real phenotype specific one like that? Like I said, yeah, it's a Syrian hash plant. She's awesome looking. Here's another Syrian. A little bit smaller. Again, these are all from seed, so they're going to be a little bit different plant to plant. I originally, when I popped these seeds, I topped them because they were a little too short, or a little too tall rather, for my enclosure. So I ended up topping them instead of keeping them a single top on them, man. So they grew kind of goofy. But I'm just really trying to see flowering time on them and phenotypical expressions on them for, you know, see what they really produce here. So they look good though. Here's an Iranian. She's just loving this last bit of afternoon sun here. She's got a really beautiful bluish greenish, like light bluish green tint to her leaves. Just a gorgeous plant, man. Again, a little bit yellow on the insides, I've been noticing. I think I was lacking on the watering during this last heat wave. I was much more on top of the first one we had. The second one, man, that smoke and shit, between the heat and the smoke, it was fucked up. So it hindered my performance out here. But they're moving along though. And here we got this Iranian here. This girl here is really moving, man. I think this is one of my favorites in the garden. I can't tell you why. She just catches my eye every time I fuck with her. She's just got a really nice structure to her. I like the leaf design or leaf size and just the way she sits herself and holds herself up. It'll be interesting to see what she comes out with at the end of flowering. But I'm coming into the 20-minute mark, and that's long the fuck enough. So I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.